Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the JKuma Show. Today we have special guest, owner of the Cookie Club, Auguy. So say hello, sir. How are you doing?
Fellow about time.
What do you mean, about time?
Hello to Zale.
And why are you saying hello to Zale? Excuse me.
Hello to show. Yes.
I think we should probably get back on track to the show and, not saying random things from our head. So, right now, first of all, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Meh.
Oh, so, why is it not good?
Human beings.
Oh, well, well, I can't do anything about that. So, right now, we're going to be asking you a couple questions. First up, I'd like to bring up the issue of funding, because I know that's your favorite thing in the world. How did you feel during your last 10 mil grind? And congratulations on finishing that.
JKuma talking to me with voice. A very W was very easy. See you next term for 20 mil.
So yeah, how fast do you think you will be able to do 20 million? That is a lot, and especially for me. I don't know about you, but that seems like a lot. So I don't think I'd be even able to do 10 mil, so like 20 mil just sounds like a lot, but I think it definitely is worth it though, so good
Mr.
for you.
TLCG will.
TLCG has nothing to do with that, but anyway.
It takes 30 minutes to get 100K. So you could do calculations to get time.
To me, that sounds like it'd probably take a while. How long are you expecting it to take? Like in a, you don't have to be specific, just like give me a range of how long we should expect it to take.
Just did calculations, 100 hours on the DOT.
100 hours. And you're expecting to start the start of the August term?
Correcto.
So, there's been some rumors from a while back that you do a 24-hour grind for this 20 mil. If you did a 24 hours, wait, let me ask you this first. Are you doing a 24-hour grind? And if so, when will it be?
I believe June or July 18th. It would start at 5 a.m. and end at 5 a.m.
Well, I would have to assume it's the June 19th, because if you start that grind at the beginning of the May term, then if you chose July to do it, then you'd be waiting 2 whole months from the start of the grind to the end of the grind, which doesn't make sense to me. So I think you should go with June, or actually earlier, but it's up to you, of course. That's your grind. But so yes, we do appreciate everything you do with money and sorts for this club. And now I'm going to be asking you, what jobs are you going to be doing? Because, you've done the pizza job, you already stopped doing that, and you did the taxi job, and I feel like after your recent exploration of different jobs, like the cashier job, for example, that you won't be going back to the taxi. So what jobs will you be doing next, and for this 20 million grind that you're about to do?
I have now max pizza delivery, taxi cashier, and stalker. So I have my eyes set on fast food worker. It has a lot of rewards that can help build stuff at CCHQ. And it may not be only job I work next term.
The number of jobs that you are working is definitely affected by this recent progression update. And I'd like to talk to you about that because you've been very vocal about your hatred against it. Because, for example, you keep calling it the regression update, and at some points I do agree with you on that because it definitely does not help the people who have already worked and maxed out several jobs. So, what do you just explain your hatred for the progression update?
I love my bragging rights, and with this update, it makes it easier to max by bringing the max level to 10. So I would like on the trophies I got max before regression update.
Definitely do agree with you. This update could have been a lot better. Uh, they have the ability to make it a lot better, but they chose to do a certain way that is bad, and I agree with you. So I'm gonna backtrack it a bit and ask you, now that you're done with your 10 mil grind, what will you be working for now? Is it work experiences, job experience levels, what exactly will we be working towards in between the 10 mil and the 20 mil grind?
A work experience and my new top secret plot. Rocket ship.
Now we're going to be going over to the activity and member shortage topics now. So I'm going to be asking you, why do you think activity has dropped since February levels?
People that were active, Bagel, Jai, Duck have either been kicked or quit because they bad or are res tired.
Do you think that a drop in activity is as a result of anybody's leadership, or is it simply because of one person's own decision to be inactive after being active?
Mainly because of people not deciding to be active. I mean, we got all these rewards under my administration. We actually increased them at beginning of term.
The rewards are a great thing. I like getting money. That's why I'm still maintaining my wealth. I'm still floating around 900k to 1 mil, so I appreciate you for the constantly flowing income. You just got me over 1 mil again, so thank you very much. And actually, now I have to speak negative about what you just did, because I was about to file my taxes after this video, and then now that you just added 50k to my taxes, so now my taxes are gonna be at least 20k. Have the taxes been a success, and how well are they solving the problem of the member payment debt?
We have seen significantly decreased time between a member getting a reward and it getting paid. And actually, the Cookie Club got out of debt for like 2 minutes until Zale was Zale.
I would like to talk about the topic of recruitment. We're going to talk about our new task force in a second, but first I want to say, why do you think recruitment has drastically dropped? Why do you think we have a member shortage, and what can we do to help?
HM, so we need to get dedicated members to help out, such as E, U, Zale, and Ryder. Which is you're about to bring up is why we formed SRD.
Strategic Recruitment Division. Explain everything you basically can about this right now and tell me how well it's going to help.
We have a 5-question interview process. If you pass, you get accepted into SRD, of course, and you have to recruit 1 member every 2 weeks. If not, your 10K paycheck will be voided. This will hopefully get 4 members into the club each week. And the goal isn't just recruiting, it's retention.
Who are the members of the SRD right now, and how do you expect each one to do these first few weeks inside of the SRD?
Me, JKuma, Zale, and Ryder. I already got a few recruits in mind. JKuma, he said something that made me not too confident in him. Zale, he barely passed interview, so I expect to have to strongly encourage him to recruit. And Ryder actually reached out to me to join instead of me reaching out to him. So that is a good sign, and I think Ryder will do the best.
Yeah, I definitely think either you or Ryder will do the best within the SRD, and I'm gonna try, but I'm not exactly too sure if I'll be successful, but I'm gonna try, and I don't have no clue about Zale, what he's gonna do. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about it. And before we move on, are there any questions that you had for me that you would like to ask on the show?
Same thing as last episode. Will you run for owner in August? If so, why?
Will I run for owner in August? If so, why? Well, I'm not gonna give a clear answer just yet, because we're not. It's April. We're not even past May CNC yet. So I think we need to wait before I give a clear answer. But I will say that I am definitely going to consider it, and I do think that I would be a strong candidate. I don't know who else would run against me. I mean, the only two people that are eligible that would make strong candidates against me are Zell and Ryder, and I don't know how well they're going to do against me for owner. And plus, I think they're just going to run for something else too in August. So I don't know. That's if I ran. So it's not a 100% chance that I do run, but I would say it's likely that I enter the race. Yes. So I'm not confirming nor denying yet, but I'm just saying it's likely, and I hopefully will get the support of people if I do enter. So yeah. Any other questions before we move on to the next topic?
Super bouncy watermelon. Zale 2026 also knows.
So the next question that I have for you, we're going to talk about basically people's effectiveness in their roles, because we definitely did do a poll on this yesterday. And by the way, other than me and you, has anybody responded to that poll about the written one, about the leadership?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I was going to ask you how each person is doing in their roles. So first up, I would like to bring up Zale. How do you think he's doing as HOM so far, and what can he improve on?
So Mr. Zale, he does attend every meetup and soon having big event. Zale, that is band member trying to sneak in. However, he has made some promises, especially his own that I care a lot about, that he is not fulfilled. And I haven't seen a man host an event or get 500K sue.
How do you think Ryder is doing as head of security?
So, Mr. Ryder, he has locked some doors, placed cameras, he has been respectful, and he investigated the Mike situation and got him to confess. Sure, he hasn't punched anyone, but that because they're number one to punish.
Yeah, I definitely do think Ryder is doing good, and as I pointed out on my response to that poll, I do think the gap between Zale and Ryder's leadership is shrinking, and yes, Ryder is the one that's growing, and Zale's the one that's decreasing in that example. I do think their gap is definitely shrinking rapidly. And, I mean, do you agree with me on that? I mean, I definitely think that's what's happening.
Yes, yell.
So, now we're going to move on to Tibbs. How do you think Tibbs is doing?
So he is paying member rewards when told to do sue. Sue, that is good. He need to work though.
For the HOF race in May, if Jai comes back from his retirement, then I would definitely say, and if Jai does run for HOF, then I'm probably voting for Tibbs because simply because Tibbs is way more active. He's much more effective as HOF because he actually does more than Jai.
You need concave straights, I think.
So now we're gonna move on to Gore. How do you think Gore's doing? I honestly think Gore's the worst out of all the HR right now.
So Gory, his activity is dropping rapidly, and I actually predicted this. I hope he's more active, but only I will tell I don't see him coming back and being active.
You mentioned Gore's activity dropping, and you predicted it. When did you predict that? Because that's interesting. I didn't really predict that until the period where he didn't attend for 5 days in a row. So when did you predict that?
I didn't predict it publicly, but I predicted it since I recruited him.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, when he was really active, I didn't really see him becoming inactive soon, but then after that period where he was inactive for 5 days in a row, then I realized it's coming quickly, and we're in that time where he's not really here with us anymore. So yeah, anyway, talk about your owner campaign. So tell us some things about your owner campaign right now. How do you expect to do in the May CNC?
Unanimous vote for me. 5 votes.
So if somebody else entered the owner race, for example, maybe me or Zale or anybody, would that take votes away from you, or would they still stay with you?
No, I keep.
I definitely think if I ran, maybe I'd take 1 vote, but yeah, I do think you'll still keep all of them because that's how things are. You control everybody. So, yeah, I think we're gonna end it here. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, and we'll see you next time. You may now give a concluding statement to the show.
W show. Bello. Vote Augie for owner May 8th. KCCA. Keep Cookie Club Restaurant. DVFVL. Okay, Bello. Spam JKuma to put me on episode 4i.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming on the show once again. We'll see you next time you're on. Goodbye. Alright, everybody, that was Auguy, the owner of the Cookie Club. He was here to talk to us today, and we'll see you next time on episode 4 of the JKuma show. That is likely to be Zale, the head of members, so stay tuned for that. And, yeah, we'll see you then. Goodbye.